Hello everyone. In the previous lecture, we have studied the basic introduction of four vital modules of web development and designing. In today's lecture, we are going to study the in-depth explanation of first module, that is HTML. In today's lecture, we are going to cover these topics. First is what is HTML? Second is basic building blocks of HTML, structure of HTML page, how to create HTML page, advantages and disadvantages of HTML. Now we are going to cover all these topics one by one. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, which is used to design websites. It was first designed by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989. The current version of HTML which is going on these days is HTML5. As I said, that the word HTML is made up of two words, that is hypertext and markup language. Both these words have their own meaning. Hypertext means that the document contains links that allow the user to jump to some other location within the document or to jump to some another document altogether. Markup language is a language which is designed to process and to present the contents of the web page on the screen. We can also say that markup language also contains the rules and regulations that the browser uses in order to display the web page correctly on the screen. In order to build the contents of the web page and to instruct the browser what to do, HTML uses some basic building blocks and basic terminology, which comes to our next topic, that is basic building blocks of HTML. Building blocks of HTML contain these three things: tags, elements and attributes. Now, what are tags? Tags are, you can say, an instruction that inform the browser what to do and how to display the contents on the page. Tags can be further subdivided into paired tags and unpaired tags. Paired tags are those tags that have a companion tag, that means an opening tag as well as a closing tag. On the contrary, unpaired tags are those tags which do not have a companion tag. They are also called as singular tags or single tags. Generally, tags are written with angular brackets. That is, for example, this is opening tag within the angular bracket and this is the closing tag within angular bracket and with a slash sign. Between the pair of these tags, we have written the content. For example, we have write it like this: B, hello, and closing tag B. What it means? It means that the content written, that is hello, is displayed on the screen in bold letters, because B tag stands for bold. That means bold tag is applied on the content written in between these two tags, that is hello. On the other hand, unpaired tag, which is a a single tag does not have a closing tag. For example, HR tag. HR tag is used to create a horizontal line on the screen. There is no need to close the tag because this is a single tag. Few points needs to be remembered when we talk about tags. First point here is tags are case insensitive. Case insensitive means you can use capital letters for tags as well as small letters for tag. For example, we have written here small b. The same thing can be used with capital B as well, and the effects are same within the web page. So usually we use small letters for tags, but you can use capital letters as well as small letters. Second point here is whenever you are using a pair tag and you forgot to close the tag, then the whole effect applies till the end of the page because there is no closing tag. These are the points that needs to be kept in mind while using tags. Second is element. Now, what is element? Element is a collection of tags and content. That is, this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag and this is the content. The whole thing all together turns out to be an element. That means an element is a combination of opening tag as well as closing tag and the content. Now, the last is attribute. Attribute is, you can say, some additional information that need to be passed within the tag. Attribute always work in name value pair. We are going to take the same example of HR tag. As you all know that HR tag is used to display a horizontal line on the screen. Now, what happens when we use attributes with it? Like width equals to 100, color equals to red. Here we are using two attributes, that is width and color. Like I have already told you that attribute work in name value pair. Here width is name of the attribute, color is also name of the attribute. 100 is value assigned to this attribute, red is value assigned to this attribute, which indicates that a horizontal line is displayed on the screen with width 100 and color red. If we do not use these attributes, then a horizontal line is displayed on the screen with default settings. If we want to customize that settings, then we need to add some attributes within the tag. Like here we have done like this, width specified and color specified, which indicates that horizontal line, the setting is changed to width 100 and the color of the line changed to red. This is how the basic building blocks of HTML are used. Next is, whenever you want to write a code for HTML page, you need to use a predefined structure of an HTML page. In order to explain the predefined structure, we are going to write a complete structure. This is the complete structure of HTML page. This structure starts with the tag doc type HTML. Doc type stands for document type. This tag is used to inform the browser in advance that what type of document the browser is going to process, so that the browser can adjust the processing settings accordingly. Here in this structure, we are going to tell the browser in advance that the browser is going to process HTML document. Second tag here is HTML, which is a root tag that indicates the beginning of the HTML code. Within the HTML tag, we have head tag. Head tag is used to include heading elements within the page. Within the head tag, we have title tag. Title tag is used to include the title of the web page. Title tag is also a paired tag, opening title tag and closing title tag, and within this space you need to specify the title of the web page. Within the head tag, we can have some other tags also. First is link tag, second is style tag, third is script tag, and fourth is meta tag. Now, what is the purpose of link tag? Link tag is used whenever you want to use some external file within your document. Then this tag is used to create a link to that external file. Second is style tag. Style tag is used to include CSS rules to your document. Script tag is used to include different scripting languages within your web page. For example, JavaScript, VBScript, etc. Meta tag is used to include some information about the document. For example, description of the web page, as well as some keywords that need to be used whenever your page is searched in the search engine. Basically, this tag is used by the search engines to list or index your website or web page within the search results. So this is very important tag, and whole description of your document is included in this tag. After that, head tag is closed. That means all the heading elements are done, and after that the body of the web page comes. Body indicates, body tag includes the content of the web page that needs to be displayed on the screen, whether it is a text, it is a link, graphics, images, whatever it is. You can include all those things within opening body tag and closing body tag. After that, the root tag is closed, that is HTML, which indicates the end of the HTML document. Now, this is the basic structure. But when you want to create a simple HTML page, you must have two things. That is, first is text editor and second is web browser. You can use any text editor. Text editors are used to write your code or to edit your code. Text editors can be Notepad, Notepad++, Front Page, Visual Studio Code, any type of editor you can use. And here for reference we are using Notepad only. Whenever you write the code in the Notepad, next step is to save the file. In order to save the file, first you write the name of the file which you want to give, and after that you need to specify the extension, that is .htm or .html, which indicates that this is an HTML document which is going to be viewed in the web browser. Whenever you save the file with this extension, after that the same file is opened with web browser and the whole content is displayed to you on the screen. For example, we have filled the title of the page here and body here in order to create a simple first HTML web page. Title of the page is first HTML page, and body is welcome to HTML. Now we have written the whole code in Notepad, and after that save the file with this extension, and then this file is opened with the help of web browser, and then a window comes. The title of the window is first HTML page, and the body contains one line only, that is welcome to HTML. This is how you can create a simple HTML document. Now, the last topic here for today is advantages and disadvantages of HTML. Advantages of HTML include, first is easy. That means HTML is easy to understand. A person with non-technical background can also create web pages using HTML. Second is supported by all the browsers. HTML is compatible with all the browsers, and you can view HTML pages with any browser. Next is easy to integrate. HTML is easy to integrate with different scripting languages like JavaScript and VBScript. CSS files can also integrated in HTML very easily. Easy to update. Whenever you need to update some code, it is quite easy to do within the HTML because the syntax is very easy. Now, what are the disadvantages of HTML? First is no dynamic features. That means HTML supports only static pages. With the help of HTML alone, you are allowed to create only static pages. If you want to include dynamism into your web page, you need to use CSS or JavaScript. Second is complexity. Whenever you want to write a lengthy code for a page, then you need to use a lot of tags which unnecessarily increase the complexity of the page. Next is unpredictable behavior. It means that some tags within HTML behaves differently on different browsers. That means the same HTML page can be viewed in a different way on a different browser. Lastly, we can say that HTML does not support any strong security features. So this is all about the basic introduction of HTML. In next lecture, we are going to cover the basic tags of HTML and what are the purpose of these tags. Thank you so much.